Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a long evening of coverage ahead of us. The time is now 7:21 p.m. Central, and we have an ongoing tornado warning here for Slidell, Louisiana. Right now, we are watching a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, obviously produced from Hurricane Francine, near Slidell. Now, this tornado warning was just condensed, I do believe, or sorry, no, it was not just condensed, alright, but this did just get issued as right before I went live, and you can clearly see why. We have got very strong rotation heading into the south side of Slidell. If you are in Slidell, or near Slidell even, you need to get to your safe spot immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows and in an interior room. We have a very, very, very high tornado potential with this storm here, and we don't have confirmation this is on the ground right now, but it could be at any minute. So again, make sure that you're seeking shelter immediately. The newest scan looking a little bit less impressive, but again, that last scan there really was looking dangerous, especially for the Fritchie Marsh area. But again, this storm continuing to be impressive, but not quite as impressive as it was. So the rotation here is going to cross Interstate 10 very soon, so if you're traveling along Interstate 10, anywhere near Slidell, make sure that you are getting off and seeking shelter, because not only could this produce a tornado, but it's also going to be a massive windbag. We're going to see torrential rain with it. You just look at the reflectivity. I mean, that is a very, very high reflectivity value right there. So again, this is going to be a pretty long stream, I do think. We do have a tornado watch that remains in effect until 11 p.m. Central, and we're going to go for as long as necessary. We do have thousands of customers already in Louisiana without power. Those red shaded counties there, those are indications that those counties have almost all of their power outages, right? All of their outages. What am I saying? All of the power is out in those counties. There we go. But as you can see, we already have 165,000 customers in Louisiana without power, 1,300 customers in Mississippi without power, 1,300 customers in Alabama without power, 4,000 customers in Florida without power, and 7,000 customers in Texas without power. So, again, altogether around 175,000 people currently without power due to Hurricane Francine. And again, things are continuing to get more extreme here as we're beginning to see the tornado threat really ramp up with this system. It's been pretty tame thus far, and we haven't really been talking too much about a tornado threat, but here we go. So, again, tornado warning for Slidell now, so let's go ahead and keep the coverage going. Let me just look at something really quickly. So rotation continuing to weaken out, luckily, but again, still a massive windbag with this storm here. But again, second tornado warning of the day. Third tornado warning of Francine. I'm going to go and pull up stream chat here, so if anybody has any questions about the location, feel free to leave those down below. I'll try to answer them accurately and honestly. Again, this is a very dangerous situation, and not only are we going to be covering this, but we are going to briefly take looks at Montana, as we do have some severe weather impacting the western portion of the state still. And overnight, that could even bring a little bit of snow, so we'll talk about that as well. It's exciting stuff for sure. We can see right now the max gust with Francine very clearly here on the velocities, very smoothly. About 100-mile-an-hour gust still, it looks like, in some spots here at the peak with Hurricane Francine. It really has not weakened as much as we were hoping since it made landfall. Look at this eye wall, guys. I mean, this is just a massive eye wall again. The worst of it now hitting New Orleans, Louisiana. You're getting battered right now by wind and rain if you're in New Orleans, and it's only going to continue to get worse. You're already under a flash flood warning. So it's going to be pretty nasty there for the next several hours, and really for the rest of the night, likely, if you're in New Orleans. But and we have that tornado warning now for Slidell. We have a little rotation off to the west of this area as well. This is going to be approaching Lake Marpass and Bedico Swamp over the next several minutes right now over Lake Pontchartrain. I never know how to pronounce that. I talked about that last stream, but yeah, got a ton of stuff to watch right now, so... Excuse me. Again, the flooding is also another thing that's gotten incredibly bad. We now have 9 flash flood warnings across portions of Louisiana. And it's only going to get worse. Everywhere that this storm is hitting is getting a flash flood warning. Areas that already have flash flood warnings are continuing to see more and more rain. I genuinely think we could see a flash flood emergency. If one were to get upgraded here, I think it would be this one for Assumption, Lafourche, St. Charles, St. James, and St. John parishes. We've got extremely heavy rain right now impacting that area, and it's already a considerable flash flood warning, which is only one step below a flash flood emergency. It's confirmed flooding, not just radar indicated, so pretty big deal. If we take a look at the radar indication of all the rain that we have so far from Francine, it is also very significant, as you can imagine. So this is off the coast right here, right? But we are talking about areas getting over 10 inches of rain, close to 11 inches of rain in some spots. The highest totals on shore, again, are going to come from the Theta Box area here. We're talking about areas getting localized close to 8 inches of rain, again, 7 to 8 inches of rain. So pretty extreme stuff even onto the shore here. And again, it's going to continue to push further northward. So if you're in like southwest Mississippi, get ready because this is coming in quite hot. It's moving relatively fast. If we just look at the last 100 frames, we can see this really is not weakened much at all. Again, not nearly as much as we were hoping. It's become a little bit less impressive, especially over the past several scans, but it really does still look like a Category 1 hurricane, in my opinion, and the National Hurricane Center will have a new update soon, but for right now, they're saying it's still a hurricane Category 1 with 85 mile per hour sustained winds, right? So, anyway. This is a cyclone port from Duloc, completely flooded out here. No surprise there. Let's go to some of our other cyclone ports, Golden Meadow. This is from Grand Isle. Look at that. Holy crap. And then we've also got Morgan City. This one's the most impressive one to me. Look at all this damage on the bottom part of your screen. Significant, for sure. Serious roof damage, for sure. So again, things now starting to get intense near Baton Rouge, likely as well. It's going to get worse, though. Get ready. So, may not be anything too crazy yet, but it will be pretty darn soon. It's going to get very windy, extremely windy even, I would say, over the next couple of hours in the Baton Rouge region. Again, right now, New Orleans getting some of the worst of it. It's going to get a little bit worse there, too, though. So, again, this tornado warning, again, it looked a little bit more concerning a few scans ago. Still quite intense, though, in terms of the rotation with this storm, so we'll keep watching it. I mean, look at this, though. This was 12 minutes ago near Pike Fort. I mean, we were measuring very strong velocities, so. Again, we definitely could have had a waterspout / brief tornado there. It's kind of hard to say, really. It's a very swampy, marshy area anyway, so. No confirmed tornadoes from Francine yet, but again, that threat will continue to ramp up over the next several hours here till 11 midnight. What's up, Indiana? So, I mean, we can even see this rain on the vertically integrated liquid, which is usually a signature used to detect hail. This is usually what we use this tool for, but we are just seeing heavy rain on it right now just because of how genuinely intense it is. And that's not hail. That is rain that the radar here is picking up as hail. So. And again, it's really not weakening as much as we would like for it to. And it's got this lake here to strengthen off of a little bit. So, you know, we'll see what happens here. But I think in the next update, which I believe is in about half an hour, the 8 p.m. Central update, we should still have our Category 1 hurricane likely. Actually, it already came out, I guess. I guess it was a 7 p.m. update, and yeah, it's still a hurricane. So, Cat 1. So, rotation's still broad but strong, I'll say that much, near Slidell. On the southwest side of town at this point. Very windy in Slidell, most likely. Again, especially on that southwest side there. I really wouldn't even have gone live for this if this wasn't in a metro area, but, I mean, there are thousands of people in this tornado warning right here that need to know about this. They need to seek shelter. So tornado warning continues again for Slidell and Lacombe, however you pronounce that. Again, there were about 53,000 people in this tornado warning. Now it's down to about 45,000. Still significant. We got 11 schools in this warning here. It was 13 schools and 2 hospitals even, so Hopefully things are okay at those hospitals. Again, obviously everything should be done at schools now. Schools closed anyway. They don't keep schools open during Category 2 hurricanes, or at least I hope not. Guess I don't know that for a fact, but... Pretty sure this area's all been evacuated anyway for the most part. So anyway, again, marginal risk for portions of the northwest back into the northern plains. Mainly just going to be a damaging wind threat at this point. Look at that, 70-mile-an-hour wind gust there with our Montana storm south of Great Falls. Interesting stuff for sure. Let's go back to Slidell here. Okay, if you have any questions about your location, make sure to leave those down below. That's the whole reason why we're live here this evening. So again, things now getting concerning for the Bon Foucha area, Ozone Woods, Oak Lawn, Lacombe. And seek shelter immediately if you're in any of those areas. Massive special marine warning just issued over Lake Pontchartrain. I guess that wasn't just issued, but I thought it was. Water spouts there. There's a special marine warning several times before that, though. Anyway, there's one there last stream, and that was hours ago, so tornado warning just condensed. Still includes Slidell, but at this point, Slidell, you're fine. They probably could have condensed that a little bit further there. We're still worried about South Central St. Tammany Parish, though. So again, if you're in that area, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows, and in an interior room as soon as possible. Again, now talking about the far west side of Slidell. Seeing this rotation here. But again, Slidell downtown, proper, east side, whatever, you're fine. Only worried about areas like Bon Foucha, Ozone Woods, Oak Lawn, and Lacombe at this moment in time. Let's go back to this here. Again, that rotation's just not looking that impressive anymore at this point, in my opinion. It's weird for a second. I'd been muted this whole stream, but I wasn't. That would have been very, very frustrating and embarrassing. Again, look at this rotation we had at one point to the west of it. Can't believe they never tornado warned this. I guess for the most part, it was over Lake Pontchartrain at its strongest. But. So, this is actually a new special marine warning mentioning water spouts here over portions of the Atlantic just off the coast of southwest Mississippi. We could definitely see a tornado warning for that if that gets closer to shore and remains just as strong as it is now. That's pretty concerning, for sure. So, we'll keep watching that here over the next several minutes. But for right now, let's just chill out. How's everybody's day going? Let's go ahead and update the warning counter, why not? Even though we're not really focusing on this Montana storm. Alrighty. So let's go back down to our Louisiana storm here. We should get a new radar scan soon. So we're getting them about every 2 minutes, roughly. So what's up, B-Dog? Again, probably gonna see another one of those here in just a minute. Another radar scan. Again, I'd watch this pretty closely. This is strong rotation right here, without a doubt. Near Ansley, Mississippi there. Or no, that's Louisiana, sorry. Or is that Mississippi? I think it's Mississippi. It's getting very strong winds right now near Payne, Courtville. 105, 110 mile an hour gusts still, which is insanity considering that this thing's been... It made landfall hours ago, and it really has not weakened a ton, like I said. Not hardly at all. In fact, look at this. This seems to be strengthening. The heaviest pocket of rain here, if you look, that is 60 dBz rain. That just does not happen hardly ever, but it's happening here. Whenever we start seeing 60 dBzs, we always assume that that is large hail, not rain, almost ever. This only happens in the strongest of hurricanes, and again, now it's, scattered all over the place. We got 62 dBzs. That's wild. Just give me just a minute here. So again, the rotation at this point with our tornado warning storm is quite broad. They probably won't reissue that, but I do think they'll issue a tornado warning for this once it gets closer to land here. Excuse me. But yeah, whenever that comes onto shore, they'll probably issue a tornado warning for it, so... Storm chaser Brad Arnold on that storm there along Interstate 10 near Slidell. And the rotation went just over his location several minutes ago there. So yeah, that's going to keep pushing north-northeastward at this point, I think. Towards areas like Interstate 12, Highway 36, Abita Springs would be the next major population center in line, I think. Near Covington as well. So look out for that if you're out ahead of that. Our only tornado warning storm there, once again, at the moment. Okay, that could change, but for right now, we're chilling with just one tornado warning, one severe thunderstorm warning up into Montana, because yes... It's talking about Louisiana and Montana in the same stream. It has been a wild year for weather, folks. Very wild stuff indeed. And there we go. No more tornado warning. So, obviously we're going to keep streaming here because I do think, again, that rotation will get warm if it does come onto shore. Near Mississippi there. But if it doesn't, we are going to have a much shorter stream than I originally thought. So. Again, that looks like something that deserves to be tornado warned, though, for sure, if it comes on the land there, so. Anyhow. Again, tomorrow, we're mainly going to be talking about Dixie Alley once again. Surprise, surprise. No, but we'll be talking about Florida, Georgia, and Alabama for a tornado threat, and then also a little sneaky tornado threat back into Montana and Wyoming. And then even into Friday, we could see a couple of tornadoes in Alabama, Georgia, and Florida once more. So, look out for that. Again, all Hurricane Francine related issues there. Big old problems. And just absolutely torrential rain right now, likely approaching New Orleans. Especially west of New Orleans, those where it's going to be the worst. And those areas already have considerable flash flood warnings. Holy cow. Yeah, I'd be kind of surprised if we didn't see a flash flood emergency by the time this is all said and done. We saw 2 of them. Or more. But I know at least 2 in Florida. I think it was only 2 that we saw in Debbie's entire lifespan. But saw 2 in Florida then. And this is an even stronger system than Debbie was by far, so it's lasting longer and stronger as well, so we'll see what happens with it. Very scary stuff, so. Wow. I'm watching Connor Croft's feed. You cannot see a thing. I don't know how he's driving in that on the interstate. I'd be terrified. So again, if you're in New Orleans, it's likely starting to pour, just absolutely dump rain. Like, Gordon should be more significant since it's going through waters for its strength, and they're saying it's not even going to be a tropical storm. Well, yeah, it's not only the warm waters, though, that's, it's not just the temperature of the water that determines the strength of the system, so. Again, it very well could last a little longer than the National Hurricane Center is saying, but we don't think it will. It's going to get caught up in a weird pattern, and that is hopefully going to kill it, ultimately. But anyway. What's up, Sam? Oh yeah, I forgot to change the title. How did I do that? I always remember to change the title after the tornado warnings expire. It's like my thing. I'm like, let me change the title real quick. Okay, the rotation's looking a little bit less impressive. It may have just been because of the distance from the radar site that it looked so impressive earlier, but it was just a little bit stronger earlier anyway, so. So, yeah, we talked about that, Sam. It's crazy. Crazy stuff indeed. Again, mainly in, this parish here. Again, I don't remember what it's called, but, let's see here. Terrebonne Parish, that's right. That's where the landfall happened, too, officially, so. In Terrebonne Parish. Makes sense. And the area rotation that was originally tornado warned is now much weaker and much more broad, hence why they removed the tornado warning that's near Lacombe at this point, so. Excuse me. Lacombe, Oaklawn. Tornado warning in Montana expires in 1 minute, so we'll see if they reissue that. Severe thunderstorm warning, not tornado warning. Oh, wow. Yeah, they'll definitely reissue that. If not for the wind, then for the hail. I mean, that's crazy. That's only a warning for nickel-sized hail. Wow. The wind threat seems to be there as well. Carport ripped off and camper flip. Yeah, I've seen that. The carport ripped off. There was a picture of that. There's a video of that. But I think it was caught on one of Radar Omega's Project Mesovorts. So, pretty reliable source, hopefully. I mean, not hopefully, like, hopefully we see that is the case, because obviously that's bad, but you know what I mean. I realized after I said that that sounded like I was plotting something, but. So they did go ahead and reissue that. Severe thunderstorm running in Montana. Penny-sized hail goes crazy. Alrighty. So again, I'm waiting to see if they're going to tornado warn this. Moving on to the shore here in Mississippi. Or, did we decide that's Louisiana or Mississippi? I don't even know. That is Mississippi. Oh, maybe. I think so. Again, Bay St. Louis, Waveland. Yeah, this is Mississippi. So. Yeah, rotation seems to be strengthened a little bit again. If they were going to issue a tornado warning, they'd do it like right now, so. We'll see. But. Yeah, homework sucks, but. It has not been too terribly bad for me so far. So, that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to reissue, or not reissue, but issue a tornado warning in general for this. It seems like something they probably would, but again, if they were going to do it, they'd have to do it like right now if they really wanted to get the message out, because it is coming on the shore as we speak. I mean, if this thing's producing a water spout, you can definitely see it here from the beach, even though there's probably blinding rain. Just because of how close it is. I mean, look at this. We're literally 4 miles offshore there with that, so. And there we go. So, they did finally decide to tornado warn that, so tornado warning now going out for Gulfside, Ansley, Pearlington, and Logtown in Mississippi. Seek shelter immediately. Southern Hancock County. You only have algebra homework right now? Yeah, same, actually. Same here. So, again, seek shelter immediately. It's weird. You don't see wording like this in tornado warnings very often, but look at this. Radar indicated water spout moving on shore. And they don't even say a severe thunderstorm. They just call it a thunderstorm. Yeah, I don't know. Math's always been my thing, so it's easy for me, but. Yeah, I could have taken geometry freshman year, but I decided not to. Because I wanted things to be easy freshman year. Work smarter, not harder, you know? Yeah, I have to do geometry next year, though, so. Didn't completely wiggle my way out of it, unfortunately. I don't know, they don't call it 1 and... I believe it's 1. I think it's 1, but they don't really refer to it as 1 and 2 here, so... Yeah, I know. Honestly, I'm not bad at math, but I don't understand what's the point. To a certain extent, yes, math is useful, but once you start talking about, like, algebra and geometry and calculus and trigonometry, like, why, when, how, where... am I going to use that? So I'm not bad at English either. I'm not just trying to toot my own horn, but it's not like I'm super good at any of these things. I'm just not bad at all of it. Just kind of decent all around. But... forgot to turn the title back. Been bad about that today. exposed. Is that gonna be my next video? And we were talking about 60 DBZ rain. That just doesn't happen. I mean, it's crazy. It was up to 62 earlier again, so Again, this thing's really not weakening as much as we'd like for it to be, preferably. It's weakening a little bit, but... Bro, for real... I'm not doing a sleep stream. No, I'm fine. Yeah, and I know you would, too. I am sick as could be. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm not, like, dying sick. I'm just very, very congested. I've been that way for about a month. What's up, Tampa Air? Yeah, I do. Yeah, if you're just not tuning in, tornado warning right now in southern Hancock County in southern Mississippi. Again, going out for Gulfside, Ansley, Pearlington, and Logtown. Portions of Interstate 10 as well. It's my best subject, probably math or English, I don't know. Tell you what, it's not science, which is funny, because you'd think it would be, because I'm the weather boy, but weather's like the only thing I care about in science. That does not count. You just say physical ed. I'm gonna get a tissue real quick. I'm dying here. I'm just kidding. I'll be right back, though. We're back. I don't want to cut up a frog. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is going to produce, even if it really tightens up. This is just not, like, one of those typical discrete supercell. Like, in hurricanes, we're looking for, like, almost, like, mini, supercells. This is not one of those. This is clustered up in a bunch of rain. I don't think it's going to do much. I don't really think it has a chance to do much, anyway. But, again, they did tornado warn it, so we'll keep it going here for a little bit longer. Obviously, the National Weather Service thinks it's worth watching, so. Alrighty. Bro, what? Did they actually say that? That's wild. See, I don't think I'm gonna say that, Sam, because I would have said that about Beryl and Debbie too, hours after landfall. But then, you know, I'm not gonna bet you $5 on Cash App. I'm good. I will say we did have enhanced risks for both Beryl and Debbie. Did we have an enhanced risk for Beryl? Maybe not. Yeah, we did. We did the day after it made landfall. Later that day. Technically, it was at like 4 a.m., so. Yeah, I knew you were. It's getting Brad Arnold on the tornado warning storm right now. The dud. The dud storm. Yeah, it's really just a small section of the country we're watching right now, and then Montana. It's like, why are we talking about those two places in the same stream? That just it shouldn't happen, but it is. So, again, I mean, really, it's not like an insanely large amount of land that Francine's impacting. I don't know, Beryl was like crazier than Yagi just because of when it took place. Beryl was in June for part of its lifetime, right before it became a Cat 5. But it's really not a huge area here that Francine's impacting. Do we do a compilation? I would have to search through so much, though, because I stream every day. So I would have to go through, like, that's a great idea, but I just don't know if I'm willing to do that, because even if I do it, it's going to get, like, 4 views. And again, it's going to take me so long to put together. But it is a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I get that, Tampa. Rotation, honestly, maybe strengthen up again near Ansley. There's no way Yagi caused 9 billion. I'm fact-checking that right now. It's possible, I guess, but that's crazy. I'm not seeing anywhere, though, that says 9 billion. Also, I'm only seeing 49 people killed. Not 200. I've got to look at this, though. Oh, no, it did kill over 200 people. And it was over 9 billion. Wow. What is my next mini documentary? I honestly don't know. There's been a lot recently to talk about, and I usually like to do recent events. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Yagi would definitely be Storm of the Year then. I guess I just didn't realize how exactly crazy it was. I mean, obviously, everybody knew it was wild, but... Yeah, again, that's another thing. Obviously, that region is more populated, densely populated, that is, than what Beryl hit. What if we can compare those stats to Beryl, though? Yeah, so I guess Beryl actually did more damage than I thought, and damages than I thought, too. Beryl was 7 billion. And there were 70 deaths with Beryl. And though the reason Beryl was crazy is because that was in June. That just does not happen. That, like, peak hurricane season, it's, like, not that surprising that it... I mean, it is still crazy that it became that strong, obviously, but it's interesting. I don't know. Also, Beryl's tornado outbreaks, pretty wild. 3 days in a row we had a tornado outbreak. Significant tornado outbreaks. Greenfield was a good video, thank you. So I was gonna do like one like that on Elkhorn, but I don't know, I just don't really enjoy doing those that much. If you guys like them, I'll keep throwing them out there. The last one did get a lot of views, so. Yeah, Mount Vernon EF3 obviously being the main one. You would never think that a hurricane would cause an EF3 in Indiana. But it did. I mean, I don't know if that's ever happened before, an EF3 in Indiana due to a hurricane other than Beryl. What are you talking about? That did not cause Rome. That was like 2 months later, bro. Or was it? That was not the same one. Hold on. I mean, that would be Debbie anyway. That wouldn't be Beryl. But I don't think that was Debbie either. That was like after Debbie. Yeah, Rome was not Beryl or Debbie. That was just like a random tornado or not, I think it was a tornado outbreak actually. That was just a random tornado outbreak in New York. That wasn't hurricane related. And when I say random, I mean that stuff came out of nowhere. I don't know why those tornadoes were so strong. We were covering some of them live. That was insane. I just remember the debris ball on one of them became like 5.5 miles wide. What is what? I don't understand what you're asking. You just got an Amber Alert? Dang. Screenshot it. Actually, I'm assuming you already did that. I don't understand what you're asking. That's... Yeah, sometimes that happens with the wireless emergency alerts. Yeah, that's wild that you got gifted a membership. That's awesome. We talk about the fact that Francine is not weakening at all. Not even a little bit. That's insane. It has legitimately been hours since this sucker made landfall. And it has not weakened hardly at all. That is ridiculous. If anything, it's getting worse. Memberships for Davis. I was gonna set that up, but I can't. Well, I can, but there's a couple of reasons why I'm not going to, so. Sustained winds are down to 85. The peak was only like 100. So that's not that big of a drop-off, to be fair. No, you don't have to be 18 or above. You just have to have the AdSense account set up by somebody that is. Like, it's not like a legal problem or anything. I can set it up. It's not a YouTube problem, but. Bro, for real. Francine is glitching so hard right now. Last year where there was like 8 times our principal told us to go over the tornado drill thing. Every time it rained, there was always a tornado watch. It'd be like that sometimes. You've been in this channel since May. You like the Davis's Weather Channel? That's pretty wild. Yeah, just remember though, if you're in a tornado watch, you don't end up saying anything, somewhere else probably is. Because tornado watches are big. Before Labor Day and after Greenfield tornado. Bro, what? Chat, okay, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. I don't know if you'll watch this video, and I haven't really mentioned it all, since I posted it. But, we can just quickly go through this, because I know some of my reactions were kind of wild. Just give me just a minute here. Some of you may know what video I'm about to pull up, others maybe not, but... So this, okay. Hear me out. This was not the craziest storm I've ever had, not even close. But the craziest storm where I was stupid enough to be outside in it. Right? And I just want to talk about it. So if we get into this.
Oh my gosh! I cannot even go outside. The flat fell!
Just look at that! I mean, people wondering why I was screaming. Look at the yield sign. Well, that's insane. A bird flew into the garage to take shelter with me at one point. That's not a joke either. We can skip to that. Maybe, if I remember where it's at. But now just watch when the flag falls. I put all that dramatic music in there. Look at that though. That's wild. Those were easily 70-mile-an-hour winds, chat. That is nuts. Even the power lines were, like, bouncing. I want to get to the part where the bird flies in. I think it's right after the flag falls. I know this is not at all Francine related, but I just wanted to bring this up. Just wait. Where's the bird? Where's the bird at?
Oh my gosh! Oh, look at the stop sign!
Look at the stop! There it is. The bird flew in, bro. He was so scared. Anyway, okay, tornado warning has been canceled. Let's get back on track here. Sorry about that. I just wanted to go over some stuff there. Why did everybody think I was gonna bring up the Whataburger food review? I don't... Why is that everything that I'm known for? I think those are 80-mile-an-hour winds. It's possible. I did act like it was a Cat 3 hurricane because that was wild. I mean, that genuinely looks like some of the footage that we're seeing out of Louisiana right now. Yeah, I was gonna be outside in it, except for my mom was gonna yell at me because she walked out there. So that was cool. I'd also just woken up, so I wasn't necessarily, how do you say this, dressed to impress, but... And that's coming from me, the person who wears shorts and a t-shirt every day, so... Let's just say it was, interesting. But yeah, under normal circumstances, I would have been out there too. You already know. That was not today, no. Sorry. Yeah, we got a little sidetracked there. I'm tired, bro. I'm ready for bed. I just want to take a nap. Yeah, I don't exactly care about how I look, but you know what's bad whenever I say that my clothes are not fit for being outside? I was just shocked that the flag fell, because the only other time that happened was whenever there was a derecho, and there were 80-mile-an-hour winds. Those are the two times the flag has ever fallen. I like how the second that it actually falls, I took the camera off of it, so that was cool. I'm still salty about that to this day. I don't think chat's loading for me. I'm not seeing, like, I'm seeing no messages, and then I see like 30 of them at once. No, I wear basketball shorts and a t-shirt every day because I'm lazy. And, yeah. It's a little too late for me to start caring about my reputation. At school, that is. It was not the Corn Belt, no, it was a different one. Okay, I think we're getting off the live stream here. This has been really, really fun and interesting to cover. I just want to keep chatting, though. I just want to keep chatting, but I think I'm going to end off here because I am a little sleepy. I'm not going to go to bed yet, but anyway. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be live again tomorrow, at least once or twice, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.